Yo. Welcome to The Truth Don't Hurt, where the truth doesn't hurt, it just hurt coming from me. I wanted to do this topic for a little bit, and it is the NIL hurting college football? Well, let's talk a little bit. The product of football in itself is horrible. NFL, college, high school, you name it. It's horrific. The fundamentals are not being displayed. Coaching is declining. The skill level is declining. It's horrible. Like we got, we got a whole lot of people who's in it for self, not understanding that football is a selfless and it's a team game. And in order to truly win, you have to play as a unit. But as you can see, a lot of these people that come to these, right, such as college or even the NFL, you see that they don't play as a unit. It's all for self, right? See, one of the reasons why the Kansas City Chiefs are going to continue to spank that ass in the NFL is because their leadership, they got good leadership, and at the top of what they got going on at the head, they have players who get it and understand what it takes to be a winner. They understand the sacrifices that they have to make to be a winner. Now, unless something tragic happens where they can't control, the Kansas City Chiefs is probably going to win a Super Bowl once again. Unless something just happens, right, out of their control. But to tie this back into college, I look at the college football, right? So as you can see, like I do a lot of scouting, right, for my pages in regards to the upcoming prospects. And this was one of the most horrific years in regards to evaluating talent. It was a whole lot of players who got hyped up in this draft, and it's crazy that they was higher because the skill level, the talent level ain't there. The mentality ain't there. It ain't there. As I mentioned time and time again, and will continue to mention time and time again, some of these trash ass players will have some type of success in the NFL is because the product of the NFL is not at a high level. It's not at a high standard. So some of them will be able to go ahead and accomplish certain roles on teams because of the product. It's not at a high standard. It's not at a high level. So is it hurting college football? To give you the answer, yes, it is. Now, I'm all for them to make money off their likeness. I'm all for them making money. But I think that they should have went on ahead and probably did things as far as maybe giving them a piece or maybe even having that money toward the end of their college career and they just give them a lump sum or however the case may be, right? I think they could have did something a little bit better where their whole stay won't be about money. See, now if I pay you, right, now you are being treated as a professional. I'm paying you to do a job now. I'm paying you. It's like I'm paying you. And a lot of these kids fresh out of high school don't understand responsibility. They still live at home with their parents, right? They still think as a childhood manner. They still think childlike. They're still learning. They're developing. They're not into their full manhood. They haven't. They have a lot of growing up to do. And we giving these young boys grown man money, pretty much grown up money. And I think that's going to go ahead and cause for more bad decisions off the field. That's going to cause selfishness on the field, entitledness on the field, which it already has. It's going to go ahead and create more pussy ass scenarios because a lot of these players are pussy. I don't care what nobody say. They pussy. And that's what's going on with this NIL. You're giving kids who don't look. I'm not saying look. It's come from a time where there was somebody that used to work at Albertsons at night, and they go play football and do his schoolwork in the day because they understand it, and then it creates that hunger in them, right? They understand it, and they choosing their colleges off of how could you best prepare me to be able to make the big bucks, to make the big money, right? That's why Nick Saban. Oh man, college football gonna hurt without Nick Saban, because Nick Saban was one of the last coaches who really preach discipline, and who really go ahead and preach technique, who really harp on technique. Now there was a couple coaches that I seen that did some teaching though, but it ain't the majority. A lot of these players just out there on their own athletic ability. And you're going to miss that discipline, right? I believe Nick Saban said that was part of the reason why he went on ahead and walked away from college football, because of the entitlement that these kids are going to have, right? They're going to ask, what can you do for them when preparing you and getting you ready to be the best football player in the band and the man that you can be? Should have been good enough. Now I know a lot of these college players, these college coaches, I mean, don't really care about your transition and putting you in a best position to be in the NFL, because their job is to win games. But that's why you go ahead and pick certain colleges, right? You pick that scheme fit. You pick the best fit for you. That who's this coach that's going to best prepare me for the NFL? And a lot of the times that was Nick Saban, right? And now the standard is low. Now this product is going to go ahead and just decline, right? You already can't practice, right? They already pretty much let go of two a days. I'm looking at these hitting drills. I'm like, man, this hitting drills are soft as shit. It's just the mentality is so soft. So you're putting money and entitlement into already soft ass kids possessions. That's not good. That's not good at all. I think it's going to hurt these kids more than it helps these kids. These kids are going to get into stuff. They're not at the ability yet to be able to make certain decisions. That's why playing for certain these colleges allows for them to grow up, make some mistakes, whatever the case may be, right? In a more controlled environment. Not saying that these college kids still wasn't making mistakes when there wasn't no money involved, but it was better for them, right? Now they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do, right? Especially when they get that money in their hands. But not all kids are responsible. The more times than not, you're gonna be dealing with some irresponsible kids unless they have a good support team, parents, whatever the case may be, to help guide them along the way. But a lot of these kids coming from these urban communities don't have that, so they're gonna get their hands on some money, and they're probably gonna go ahead and do something that they shouldn't be doing and put themselves in a predicament to be able to lose it all. I think you're gonna start seeing that a lot more. A lot of these kids are gonna lose it all in regards to being able to have resources that not a lot of people have, and they're getting it at such a young age, right? No grind to it, just entitlement to it, right? They don't really appreciate it because they're like, damn, I'm making this money off my skill. See, they will have more appreciation if there was an NFL in regards to getting that paper. Like, man, I done made it. They feel like they done made it. They want to continue to grow it or whatever the case may be, right? But now, man, it's just shoot, some of these people is making more money in college than they are in the NFL. So maybe we might see a declining, especially even more decline in the NFL. And we might see these players maybe stay 4, 5, maybe 6 years in college, a lot more, to go ahead and not only to play ball, but play with less competition and get more money. Like, who don't want that? To be the star, to be the man, play with less competition, and probably maybe make more money. Who wouldn't want to do that? Just like with them just like with them females. Like, they make more money by staying in college. See, a lot of these people, right? And this is what I mean by making more money. A lot of these people who own right now, right? They probably gonna be scrubs at the next level. Not saying all of them, of course, they're gonna be some ballers and make more money, right? They're gonna get hundreds of millions of dollars, right? That's not what these colleges are gonna be able to afford and get pay out. But what I'm saying is, let me clarify. What I meant to say was some of these scrubs who are getting paid in college, they ain't gonna get paid shit in the NFL because they're not really like that. They just good college players. They're not really like that. You're gonna see, and it's funny because I know talent. I know ball. Some of these players, man, who was rightfully should have been at the top of the draft, fell. And some of these scrub ass players who got took at the top should have been at the bottom. Just be honest. No. Now I know the talent. This was probably one of the weakest. The last year's draft was better, but there's a lot of scrubs in this draft. Like somebody like J.C. Latham. Like, why the is he sitting up there a top 10 pick? What about his tape did you see that was top 10 pick? Come on, man. That's a waste of pick. He's a better guard than anything. And so you could look at it as you took a guard who there's probably better guards that got taken later on in your top 10 pick. What a loser of a franchise to be able to look at J.C. Latham and say that this is pretty much, we're damn near banking that this is a Pro Bowler at tackle. I don't see it. We'll see if I'm wrong, but I don't think that I'll be wrong. Like I said, he'll probably have maybe a tad bit more success than he would because of the watered down product. But to me, J.C. Latham was not all that. In time will tell. But yeah, this is not too good. The NIL is not a good thing for college football. I think it's going to go ahead and bring these players into a state, and it's only going to go downhill from here. It's not going to go upward. I love sports. I love football. I love basketball. Right. I love combat. I love all these sports, but I'm seeing a decline in my interest level of watching these games have declined over these last couple years. And it has declined drastically over this year. It's like I used to, when I tell you, I used to like watch all the games. It was just the more times you probably gonna see me in front of that TV was watching my own team, and after that, that was it. Like even like when I was watching the NFL this year, I had the game on, but I really wasn't uh zoned in and locked in to watch the game for enjoyment. No. Hopefully, Harbaugh will bring that old school football back. So I'll probably watch some Chargers football. I'll watch the Chiefs football, right? I'll watch my own team, right? I'll watch teams who gonna be coached good. But all these other scrub ass individuals, nah. Just like college, who gonna be coached? But I could watch a Venables team, right? Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner, because I know Venables is gonna go here and coach his ass off. But Venables is in a time where, because Deion Sanders understand it, right? They be hating on Deion, right? But Deion Sanders get it. He know that old school way of doing things to reach to these kids, yeah, it has its time and a place in certain scenarios, but it's Deion, and he understand on how to go here and reach the youth. And that's why a lot of these old ass coaches be mad at Deion, right? Because they think because he gonna come up. He gonna get them players, man. Uh, yeah, it's a flash, and I think it'll probably be a little bit better once his kids leave because he got to do what he got to do for his kids, man. No matter what y'all say, even though Deion Sanders is coaching Colorado, his kids is priority. His kids will always be priority. So right now, he's just leaning in favor to his kids, and I think it'll probably get better when his kids leave. But for now, for this year, that's what you're dealing with. But yeah, man, it's not a good thing for the college football. I have other ideas in regards to this though, but this is pretty much my base level of what it is. It's just not good for the game at that level. Think they should got, like I said, I'm not saying that they may not should get paid for their likeness, right? But I think other avenues could have been discovered instead of giving them this money to play ball up front throughout the years. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Truth don't hurt. We gone.